After his win in Heat 1A, Dave Villwock sent way to the outside in Heat 2A. Who's that family member floating off to the left there?
Oh, that's my brother Mitch Evans. That's a bad place to be conked out.
That's going to be a real exciting vantage point after the boats go around and come out of the Rooster Tail turn. Here's the start of 2A. Mark Webber on the inside, Greg Hopp between boats, Dave Villwock on the outside. He has a long ways to go through this big turn, Mark, but he can make a nice smooth run out there.
It is the long way around, but he does have to keep his lane going all the way through this turn. You got Greg Hopp on his left, so he's got to leave him a lane before he goes down the straightaway.
Mark Webber was the leader out of the first turn with Villwock right on his hip, driving a boat that has been coming apart, but right now, no time to worry about that.
That's right. You can't even think about it. That's what you have a great crew for, to patch the boat up so you can get out and just focus on what you're supposed to be doing.
Now, this is an old race boat that you have seen and raced against many, many times. It likes the Detroit River, and it was looking real strong here in Heat 2A.
Back when Mark Tate used to drive this thing, he set a speed lap of 170 miles an hour around this course before we were restricted, so that boat has seen a lot of time on the water.
There's Brother Mitch watching Miss Budweiser come by at the end of lap 1. Now, again, this is racing from yesterday. The Gold Cup, a two-day event here. The Saturday heats are 3 laps. Sunday, today they have been 5, and we'll show you some of those in just a couple of minutes. But look at this racing now as Mark Webber in lane 1 going through the Big Belle Isle turn has Dave Villwock right beside him as they turn left to accelerate up over 200 miles per hour.
Man, this is where Mark Webber's really starting to pedal as hard as he can. Budweiser's gained on him, and he's going to have to get up his momentum and get into that Rooster Tail turn as soon as he can.
Now, we always talk about the Rooster Tail turn being worth several boat lengths to the driver on the inside. But here, Mark, we're going to see Villwock do a nice job running the outside lane and maintaining his lead over Webber.
Usually the inside boat does have the advantage. He can come out of that turn ahead. But Dave looks like he's making a nice sweep and turn and kept his momentum up. Mark Webber's having a hard time.
So at this point, Dave Villwock appeared to have Heat 2A under control as they cross start-finish line to end that lap. But look what will happen the next time into the big turn. It looked like Miss Budweiser and Dave Villwock threw out the anchor, either that, Mark, or a great turn on the inside by Mark Webber.
And from the O'Doul's eye in the sky, you could see where Dave went out just a little bit, and Webber got on the inside, took the shorter way around, and gained on him.
Now, Mark Webber in the Detroit Yacht Club boat will go by the Yacht Club as we go on board with Mark and cruise to victory in Heat 2A. A bit of a surprise here because Villwock appeared to have this heat under control.
He really did have it covered, even from the outside. But again, we keep talking about that inside lane. If your boat can handle it, you can get the advantage and end up winning a race.
Look how much different it was this time as they came by the Yacht Club and into the Rooster Tail turn. Webber had a lead, and Villwock would not get around him. Mark Webber would turn it left. The fans and members over on the Yacht Club now honking the horns on the big yachts, and the crew enjoying this victory in Heat 2A. 40 very important points on the way to the final heat.
That's great. You can see Webber's wife and the crew members jumping up and down, screaming and yelling. That's the fun part about this sport.
Dave Villwock made it close at the finish, but Mark Webber was the winner of Heat 2A, followed by Villwock, then Greg Hopp. Mitch Evans and Ken Muscatel had problems and didn't run.